graphics. Let's see. What is all the noise? Okay, I guess it's working now. Shit. I need to use another headset. Hold on. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. Hello. I should have did this before I started, but I can't hear how the live stream sounds while I'm actually playing, so I just opened it up on my YouTube app on my phone just to hear how it sounds. But yeah, I made this because people ask me like what kind of game this is, and you know, it's kind of hard to explain it because like it's kind of hard to explain without actually being able to play it and tell you. I feel like it makes it easier for me to tell you what type of game this is, because there's really like no other type of game that's like this that's out right now. So basically this is the main character that I play as, and she started off as Nora, this tribe called Nora, and she was a part of the tribe, but not really, because she was considered an outsider, because her mom abandoned her when she was younger, so she was considered an outsider, or like a bastard child, I guess. So her father raised her and basically you know, taught her how to hunt and how to survive in the world. So you start the game when she was younger, and basically, you know, learn about, you know, the tribe and about a lot of stuff that's out in the world, and you know, stuff about her mother, and you know, basically practice hunting and, you know, scavenging and using stealth, and just, you know, basically tutorials and stuff for how to actually play when she was younger. But she was exploring one day, or you get to explore, and when she was younger, and she comes across this ruin, and it's from the old ones, and the old ones are basically like, I guess, I don't know if they're like her ancestors, or if, you know, they were just here, you know, like kind of like how the pyramids of Giza in Egypt, you know, they're just ruins, or I guess, you know, just things that people that used to live, well, I'm not gonna say people, but, you know, just remarks and stuff, landmarks, my bad, landmarks that are left. But basically there's these ruins, and she found a piece of technology, and it basically enhances her it just enhances everything that she does on top of what she already knows how to do. So for instance, you can use this. It's called a focus, and it's like an earpiece that goes over top of her right ear. And so basically what it does is like you can track enemies, get information about them, you can tag them. Sometimes you can find footprints if you're doing a specific mission to where you need to track. Yeah, you can tag your enemies. It lets you show their weaknesses, their strengths. So yeah, lets you see through things. So yeah, it's very useful, especially if you're going to play this type of game. It's very useful. But basically you were in this tribe, and you are basically shielded from, you know, everything else that's out in the world until you come out and explore. And so then you find out there are these machines, and the machines that I've encountered so far look like this. A Watcher, they're like robot dinosaur looking creatures, but kind of not. Some of them look kind of like dinosaurs, some of them don't, but they're like machines that are, you know, they're like predators, I would say. Some of them are anyways. But yeah, this is a Watcher, and you know, there's certain components that you get, or certain loot, I would say, that you get from them, and then there's like certain components on the body to where there's specific weak points on them. So yeah, and then there's Strider. These are kind of like horses. You can ride them if you activate an overdrive. These are grazers. They're like, I would say they're like deer. They're always in packs. Yeah. And the scrappers are like predatorial. They have like different attacks that they can use to basically try to kill you, but these sometimes hunt in packs, but sometimes they don't. You might find like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 at a time, maybe. But they're aggressive. They're very aggressive. This is like a boss that I fought. It was hard as shit to beat, and it was so fucking big. Let's see what else. Sawtooth. Those are usually by themselves. There's a big as fuck too. So yeah. I don't know. This was a while since I beat this one, but yeah, I think that was another boss. Then you got the Yellowback Freeze and the Fire Yellowback. So they take a pretty good amount of time to beat. And you know, the Fire, they just, you know, they're attack you with like fire and shit. And the Freeze is self-explanatory. And then you got the Corrupted Machines. But all of these are machines that I guess I did not find yet. So yeah, it's like little collectibles and stuff like that. Got your quests. I'm gonna go to that, get back to this in a minute, but and the map is, you know, the map is huge. Like, the map is so fucking huge. Like, there was a mission that I had to go all the way like over here, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay over here and finish, you know, this part of the map. But yeah, it's huge. Then you got your inventory. Okay, I'm gonna start with the bottom. You got your potions for like resist fire, resist shock, resist freeze, your antidote for, you know, corruption, health boost, which health boost your health by 150. You got your health potion, you know, your regular health potion, your blast trap, that deals incendiary damage. Then you got your detonating blast trap. Then you got your full health potions. You got your ammo. You got rocks you can throw to lure anything to wherever you throw it. You got your fire arrows, your freeze bombs, regular arrows. You got your blast wires, precision arrows, tear blast arrows, tie rope. So I will explain all of this as I get to it. This is just some collectibles, I guess, that I found. I don't really know what to do with these, but these are just like just does little different stuff to the map. Like, I don't really care for it or use it, or I don't even know. Now this shows the metal flowers, and this is the metal flower. So I found like 2 of these already. So this lets you see that on the map, and you know, these let you see those types of things, I guess. And you know, here's your treasure. Here's a scavenger box I have. I'm gonna view. So it gives you a modification, which I'll explain what that is later. This gives you like resources. Explain all of that later. Okay, your resources are different components that you find, or that you can loot from, you know, getting kills, whether it's like animals like turkeys, rabbits, boar, or the machines. You would get you know, these types of electronic pieces, I guess, and you basically some you can sell, some you can use to craft different things like different arrows or bombs, stuff like that. You got your modifications that you can use to basically add to your armor or your weapons, and it enhances them with specific like damage, spear damage, 41% freeze, and obviously there's different tiers. There's green, blue, and purple. I don't know if there's more than that, but that's all I have for now. But the purple is the best, and then the blue, and then the green. So that's how that tier works. And you know, there's different status effects that can be applied through using these modifications. These are a few outfits that I have, but I use this one for now because it offers the most resistance. So, and then here my weapons. You got a spear, lets you change from regular arrows to fire arrows. A rope caster, which basically lets you pin down the machines to the ground. Lets you pin them down. The bigger they are, the more ropes you have to use, but then you can get a critical hit once they're pinned down with the ropes. This is a sling, basically like a wrist rocket, and you just like use it to shoot bombs and whatever. So this is the trip caster. It's used to set up like a trip wire to where you impale one end of the trip caster into the ground, and then you impale the other side into the ground, and you know, basically set up this trip wire to where if the enemy, you know, or any type of thing goes over it, it'll explode, whether you put down the one that explodes or the shock one, the one that shocks them. And this is a sharp shot bow with the precision arrows, and it's tear blast arrowheads. But yeah, okay, now with your crafting, you can craft you can do this all while you're in the game. You don't necessarily have to get to the screen to craft, but you can basically craft different types of ammo. You can increase your carry capacity, and like different things that you find can be used, and it will tell you how much you need of it to increase your capacity, which is basically when you upgrade to the next level for like whatever type of pouch that it is, whether it's like the quiver for your arrows or like a satchel for resources and, you know, outfits, weapons, whatever the case may be. Then you got your potions and stuff, traps that you can craft, and like with your armor or outfits, you can modify them and add like the modifications that I discussed. Yeah, so I had added this stealth, +5 stealth, and this +5 resistant range attacks because it came with everything else. Came with fire, freeze, shock, and corruption resistance. So I added the stealth and the resistance to range attacks just so it can give me more status resistance to like everything on top of what it already gives you. And then your modifications for your weapons can be applied, you know, the same way, and it will change, you know, your stats depending on which modification you put on it. But the modification that you have equipped, there's a perk that you can buy to remove it, but if I were to put another one in that slot, the one that's in that slot will, you know, disappear, be destroyed, so I won't be able to get it back unless I have a perk that will let me, you know, get it back. But I don't have that right now. But on my bow I have +35 handling and +24 fire. I haven't put anything on this yet. Yeah, I haven't put anything on this yet. My trip caster, +40 damage and then +29 shock. So and then my sharp shot bow +11 tier and +22 tier +8 freeze. So yeah. And your shards are basically like metal shards, I guess, you use at the merchants to buy different things. And then your skill tree, every time you level up you get a skill point, and you can use it towards different skills. So yeah, so far I have the gatherer, additional natural resources when foraging, healer, speeds up the healing from the medicine pouch, lure call, basically like you can whisper. I think that's when you can whistle. Precision, the light spear attacks increase chances to knock off armor and components. Critical hit for high damage, like on a downed enemy. Concentration while aiming, that's basically like when it slows down when you're aiming. Silent drop, and you won't alert any enemies. 100 reflexes time slow while aiming, doing a jump or a slide. Silent strike, you know, there's a little video for that. Strike from above, balanced aim, you can aim while you're on the ropes, and low profile reduces, you know, your visibility when you're crouched. Deals more damage to your critical hits. Combat overdrive. Herbalist, you know, doubles capacity of the medicine pouch, and scavenger, chance for extra resources when looting down machines. So that's all the perks that I have for now. So, but yeah, this is Horizon Zero Dawn, and yeah, that was just an explanation of, you know, everything so far, and gonna make another video with, you know, more gameplay. So yeah, that's Horizon Zero Dawn.